Alright guys, in this video I want to talk about why life insurance is important and why I included it in this challenge. Now the first thing I want to bring out is that life insurance is the one type of insurance that you're guaranteed to use. You can have other types of insurance and never use it, but life insurance is the one time that you're guaranteed to use, mainly because death is inevitable. Now I heard this quote by Albert Camus. Now I couldn't find it directly, I just remember hearing it, I wrote it down, but I couldn't find what his actual words were. But basically it said, once you've accepted that death is inevitable, your life becomes limitless. Now he has a lot of quotes about death and suicide and all these other crazy things. But he does have some other quotes I wanted to read out. And he said, one of his quotes are, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me lays an invincible summer." I just love that quote. And then he adds, "And that makes me happy, for it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me is something stronger, something better, pushing right back." So I love that quote. Like I said, he does have some pretty dark quotes, but he has another good one here. He says, "Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Walk beside me, just be my friend." And that's what I want to do. That's really what this challenge is for. Like I said, I'm not a motivational guru. I'm not this guy that's claiming to be a millionaire or anything like that. What I'm just trying to do is trying to help as many people as I can walk this journey with me, and I hope you invite other people, and I hope you can be a friend to somebody else. Another great quote he has is, "Live to the point of tears." I love it. I love it. Basically, just live your life that just everything means more. And I remember when my father passed away, that was actually the first time in my adult life that I'd cried. I'd never cried before. But I remember after that, I just had so many more emotions. I remember my highs were higher, but my lows were lower. But I just remember feeling more alive. And even, like I said before, when I wanted to commit suicide, after I realized I didn't, like I wanted to live more, it was like my near-death experience. Now, I don't think we have to have a near-death experience for us to embrace life, or at least I hope not. Unfortunately, that happens to a lot of people. They're in a car accident, or they're diagnosed with a terminal disease and they overcome it. Unfortunately, sometimes that has to happen to us, and I hope that doesn't happen to you. And I hope that doesn't have to happen to you. I hope that you can just embrace life and love it more. I've heard people say that a wise man learns from his mistakes. A wiser man, or however they worded it, learns from other people's mistakes. So don't do what I had to do. I mean, I was at a very, very dark place before I got to the level I am now, and that's why I'm so I really want to help people, because I don't want them to experience what I did. But another thing that, another reason I included life insurance in this is because I believe life insurance can help you provide a roadmap to your goals and dreams. Now, you know how roadmaps work. They're not going to tell you where all the red lights are. They're not going to be able to predict all the accidents. They're not going to be able to predict when you have a flat tire. I mean, those things are going to happen. I mean, that's life. There's not much we can do, but if you know which direction you're supposed to be going, if you know which road you're supposed to turn on, it's a lot easier to get through life. So that's why I think it's so important to have your long-term goals. If you know what your long-term goals are, then these little short-term obstacles, hurdles, things that may get in your way aren't going to stop you. So you have your long-term goals. So on this page, there includes some life insurance concepts, things like the $1 Million Baby. That's basically buying life insurance on your child, basically setting them up for the future. I highly encourage you to watch that video if you have any kids. Also, a tax-free retirement. It's basically talking about IUL. Different things you can do with life insurance to help save for your future. I also have things like living benefits. To me, my life insurance is basically like my automatic savings account. I'm horrible at saving money. So what I do is I know that over time, my life insurance is just accumulating cash value. So to me, that's one of the big reasons I love it. If you're horrible at spending money like me, then I highly, highly recommend you get an IUL or any other type of whole life policy. But also too, you'll kind of learn why more millionaires and wealthy family use life insurance to help reduce their taxable their estate taxes, things like that. Helps reduce their taxes to their kids. It also helps avoid escrow, and the government doesn't dictate when your family receives their money, which happens in a lot of cases. So I remember hearing a comedian one time, and I forget exactly how he started the joke or whatever you want to call it, but he says when you make $30 million a year and your spouse dies, like, yeah, it sucks, but you're gonna get by. But when you make $30,000 a year and your spouse dies, like, you're gonna miss a lot of meals. And so that's why I think it's so important for everybody to have life insurance. And it's not just to cover funeral expenses, it's not just to cover the basics, but it's to provide a future for your family, even if you're not there anymore, to help them. That roadmap of where you wanted them to be in the future, or where you wanted to be in the future, or where you want to be in the future, to put it better, that is what's gonna be help provide it with that life insurance. So, like I said, there's tons of information on here. There's information on my other page too. But if you have any questions, we have a spot on there for you to request information, have us speak to you. But anyways, thank you so much for your time. All right, bye.